If they are, then play it. If not, we'll keep moving.
It's interesting how I got involved with LifeWave. One of David's early investors approached me to check out the technology. At that time, David had a small lab and he had invented the technology, but he hadn't gone commercial with it. So I was asked to evaluate the technology. And my first impression was, I wasn't sure whether there was anything real here. So I interviewed David after I looked at his website he had at the time and made a list of questions on a yellow notebook pad. I spent about 4 hours or longer interviewing him and then came back a few days later and talked to him again. And so we had about 6 hours worth of conversation over a few days. Every question that I asked, he answered. And I asked him very detailed scientific questions. So I realized this man actually knew what he was talking about. So I was very impressed. And I wrote a paper that was my way of explaining to the technology from more of a biological point of view. And I sent this paper to a number of friends that were in medicine to get a review. And one of them was Dr. Carl Merritt out in California. And he shared it with Coach Richard Quick at Stanford. He was a coach of the Stanford women's swim team. And Richard's a very broad-minded, innovative personality. And so he talked to David. He evidently read the paper, contacted David, talked to him, and decided, well, let me try this on the women's swim team. And they had phenomenal results with this. And it was a real amazing breakthrough that we had a person at his level of excellence looking at our technology just right at the beginning.
We noticed the athletes had a higher level of accomplishment and training. They recovered better from practice session to practice session. And we noticed that they were doing better in school because they had more energy after practice. The past does not equal the future. You can change your future. You can change the future of others. The past does not equal the future. That which seems extraordinary today will be commonplace in the future. But you know what the great athlete does? And you know what the great company does? They say, if something can be done in 20 or 30 years in the future, why can't we do it today? That's what David Schmidt has done with LifeWave.
We